Hi guys, welcome to Card Magic 365. Another quick trick for you using a deck of blue back cards. As you can see, 52 playing cards. You ever noticed how magicians always deal the cards face down? You never get to see the faces. I'm going to break those rules. I want you to see the entire pack, and I want you to take half the cards for yourself. You offer the pack to a spectator. They come over and they cut about half the cards. You pick up the others and you say, this is what I want you to do with your cards. I want you to deal cards one at a time, and when you get that urge, you feel something for a particular card, I just want you to stop like that. So the spectator will begin to deal cards onto the table face up, and at any point they can just stop dealing when they get that urge. Now wherever they stop, you take the cards from them and you say, look, you stopped for some reason at this card here. I didn't tell you to stop there. I didn't force you to stop. You felt right about stopping there. The 9 of spades. Now the cards that you've got left, as you can see, just regular cards. The cards that you dealt are just regular cards. The cards that you left me are just regular cards. So why did you stop at this particular card? Amazing as it seems, could it be the reason why? So here is the secret to this great little effect where a spectator can choose any playing card absolutely freely, and it appears that they picked the only odd coloured card out of 51 other cards. It does look like it's impossible, but it is just a card trick, and of course, like all good card tricks, they all have a method. And this one here, I think, is a combination that I've come up with, is because it incorporates what's known as a Svengali principle. Now, for those of you that are new to magic, you may have come across the Svengali deck, or sometimes referred to as the shortcut deck. What I wanted was the ability to be able to just drop the cards in this waterfall fashion, and they get to see the backs of every card, and that's what makes this quite a powerful effect. In fact, let me show you what we've got. If we take a look, these are just regular cards. There's nothing odd about these at all until you get down to here. Now you can see what we have is alternating red and blue. However, what's special about this is if I dribble these, you only see the blue, and that's because what we've done is each of these blue ones which come from this pack, I took a pair of scissors and I trimmed off just 0.5 millimeter. Not even that. You trim off with a sharp blade or a pair of scissors just a slight edge off of this card and every other blue card. And we've got about 7 or 8. It doesn't really matter how many you have. 7 or 8 will do fine. And you also need to raid from another pack of cards 7 or 8 red cards. That's all you need. Okay, you then alternate them so that if you took these, because of the shortcut, when you do this, you'll notice that actually 2 cards are falling together, which is the principle behind the Svengali. Rather than make these, you might even have a couple of Svengali decks kicking around in your magic drawer or magic case. Just pinch 8 cards from those. So here you got the setup. That's it. That's all you need on there. Now when you get the spectator to deal cards down, as long as they don't go more than, say, 16 or 18 cards when they're dealing down. So to overcome this, to make sure, what I do, I've got my little stack here. Let's turn that face up. I then take a few cards from the regular pack and put those on top. That gives us a bit more. I then turn the rest of the pack over and I'm going to drop this on top. Now remember, when you come to perform this, you can do some false shuffles. If you're good at false shuffling, you can do some shuffles where I'm just shuffling the top half. But you'll notice that if I dribble the cards, let me just do that again. If I dribble the cards, you can see only blue cards are there. Now, when you're performing this, don't make a big deal of this. Just dribble the cards and say, look, we've got a deck of cards here. I'm going to turn them face up. You can turn them face up, spread the cards, because there's nothing strange about the pack. Gather up the cards, square them up, drop them there, and you're going to ask a spectator to pick half the pack. Now, it doesn't have to be exact. They might take a little less than half, they might take a little bit more, but say to them, try and get us close to half, so we got half each. So they take half the cards. Once they've taken half the cards, you pick up the other pack and you demonstrate what you want to do. Hold them in the hand so you can see the cards. I want you to deal cards down and stop. Now make sure you don't say the words stop on a card, and you'll see why. As you deal the cards down, just to demonstrate, just deal a few cards down. They will then start to deal their cards. Now, because you know that your cards alternate, that's a blue. I know that that's a red. That's a blue, that's a red, that's a blue, red, blue. Now, if they stop here, I know that's a red because it alternates. I know what the 7 or 8 cards that are red are. That's all you've got to remember. If they stop on this, then you say, you stopped here, let's put that to one side. But what happens if they stopped a card earlier? You then say to them, you eliminated several cards. You didn't get a feeling for these. Deal the very next card just over here and they will then take this. So either way, they're always going to end up with a red card. Now remember, this is all about control, because I know that some of you will say, what happens if they deal right down to the end? Well, then it's up to you to control that. Get them to deal slowly and deliberately. Most people I know would stop within 18 or 19 cards. Okay, there we got the card chosen. You then take the pack they're holding and you can flip these over and then do a dribble of the cards like that. Because of the way you've cut the cards short, you won't see any red. You then say you also eliminated these ones here, and you can do the same here. Do a dribble and they see all blue. You're not making a big deal about the colour at this point. You can then take these and do the same here. Because in the lower half of the pack that they left you with, there are no reds. You can even spread them like this and make them kind of messy. Turn over these, you can do the same here. Keeping it consistent by dribbling the cards. Drop them on. Everything seems clean. Why did they stop at this? Because it's the only red. Practice and enjoy.